So here's my web page. I'm now going to add in some style so that I can change the font size and the colour and so on and so forth. So the first thing I'm going to do is to make that a little division or section on the page with its own little identifying tag so that I can apply style to that particular piece of information. So I'm going to put in a name for that division, and I can use anything here, but I'm going to use a sensible word like heading. So you'll notice that I've opened a tag for this division on the page and I've closed it, and inside here I've said to the computer what I want to call this particular division on the page. Now I'm going to create a new file, and this file is going to hold all the styling that I'm going to do on the page. So I'm going to write a hashtag and then the name of that division. So here I've got the division, I've called it, I've identified it by the word heading. So in here, that's the word that I use, and I have a curly bracket to open and another one to close the style for that particular part of the page. And I think just first off I'm going to make the font size, well, let's make it quite large just so that you can see it working, 50 pixels. And you have to put a semicolon at the end, and all these things are very important. If you miss any of it off, then the computer can't read the code properly. Then I need to save it, and I'm going to save it in the same place that I've saved the actual web page, and I'm going to call it Picasso style sheet. And this time the file extension needs to be this one, Cascade Style Sheets, or .css. So I'll press save, and you'll notice that it can interpret the code as a style sheet. So here's the page, and here's the style that I want the heading in. So let's just see that working. I'll go run, and I'm going to launch that in Firefox. Got 2 pages there, and you'll see that nothing much seems to have happened. So I'm going to go on to Internet Explorer, and what I typed into Google was I wanted to link my CSS file to my HTML code. So you'll notice that's what I typed in as my question, went onto there, and it came up with this page, and it's showing me that this is the code that I need to use to link my style sheet to my web page. And it's showing me here that it needs to be between the head opening and closing tag. So I'm just going to copy this line. So you can either right click and copy. I'm going to do Control C, and I'm going to go back into my web page, and it was showing me that I need to be between the head tags, so I'm going to paste it in there. So that's paste, or I just went Control V. And this little bit here needs to change because it's saying that it's referencing a file here called theme.css, but in fact my style sheet is called Picasso stylesheet.css. So I need to change that, and again it needs to be exactly the same, otherwise it won't find it. .css. So my link, the relationship is that it's a style sheet, that's the type of file it is, and this is the file that it's going to reference. So let's just do Control S or save on that file, and I'll go back to my page and refresh it, and you can see that the style is now applying to that heading.